Hello, class. Today I'll be reading A Porcupine Named Fluffy by Helen Lester. The characters are narrator, Mr. Porcupine, Fluffy, and Rhinoceros. Thank you. A porcupine named Fluffy. When Mr. and Mrs. Porcupine had their first child, they were delighted. Now he needed a name. Should they call him Spike? No, Spike was too common. Should they call him Lance? No, Lance sounded fierce. Should they call him Needle Rover? No, Needle Rover was too long. Pickles? Pokey? Killian? Then together they had an idea. Let's call him Fluffy. It's a pretty name, Fluffy. But soon, there was a time when Fluffy began to doubt that he was actually Fluffy. He first became suspicious when he backed into a door and stuck fast. That was not a Fluffy thing to do. He was even more convinced when he accidentally slept on his back and poked holes in the mattress. A very unfluffy thing to do. When he tried to carry an umbrella, he knew the truth without a doubt. Fluffy definitely wasn't Fluffy. So he decided to become fluffier. He thought, clouds are fluffy. I'll be a cloud. But he couldn't stay up. He said, I know. Pillows are fluffy. I'll be a pillow. But when his mother sat on him, she was not pleased. He tried soaking in a bubble bath for 45 minutes, but he did not become fluffy. He became soggy. He tried whipped cream. He put a little on each quill. It was not easy, and it took him more than half a day. But this did not make Fluffy fluffy. He sighed. They should name me Gooey. He ate a lot of fluffy marshmallows. He rolled in shaving cream and feathers. He even tried to become a bunny. But the truth remained. Fluffy wasn't. One afternoon, Fluffy set out for a walk, trying to think of ways to become Fluffy. Before long, he met a very large rhinoceros. Grrr! I'm gonna give you a rough time, said the rhinoceros. Fluffy didn't know what a rough time was, but he didn't like the sound of it at all. The rhinoceros asked unkindly, What is your name, small prickly thing? Fluffy, said Fluffy. The rhinoceros smiled. He giggled, and then he laughed out loud. He rolled on the ground, giggled, slapped his knees. He roared with laughter and howled. No, a porcupine named Fluffy. Fluffy was embarrassed, but he tried to be polite. He inquired, And what is your name? I can't say, giggled the rhinoceros. Fluffy suggested, Hubert? Oh, help. I just can't. I'm laughing too hard, said the rhinoceros. Fluffy asked, Harold? Or maybe Herman? No, it's Hippo, gasped the rhinoceros. Hippo? A rhinoceros named Hippo. Fluffy smiled. He giggled. Then he laughed out loud. He giggled, slapped his knees, and howled with laughter. Fluffy cried, A rhinoceros named Hippo? A porcupine named Fluffy, a rhinoceros named Hippo. It was almost more than they could bear. Hippo and Fluffy rolled on the ground, giggling and laughing until tears came into their eyes. At last, they exhausted on the ground. From the time on, they were the best of friends, and Fluffy didn't mind being Fluffy anymore, even though he wasn't. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the speech of A Porcupine Named Fluffy.